Okay, so this evening we're going to try regular 030 wire with gas 025 hooked up to my yes welder. I just used the tank and plumbed it into this. Settings are I for voltage, and wire speed I got 5.5. So let's see how it goes. This is 3/16 coupons. I don't know if I have enough amperage for this thing. It's a 15. That's not a 20. So we'll see. Let's see here. We'll see what happens. Wire speed's a little fast. Let's try again. Am I okay? Maybe. I got interrupted there. That's what you sound like. Let's turn the album over. Play the other side. Can you see that? No. You know what I think? I think I bird nested it. Yeah, because that spool I had bird nested. And I did try to salvage it. So let's pause. Yeah, I'd call that a bird nest. It came undone. I gotta fix that, see if I can salvage that spool. Okay, we are back. I salvaged it and I put a spring on it so the spool doesn't freewheel. Because with the flux core it was jamming up when I had the spring on it. But not so much. I'll show you after I perform this weld here. These should be the right settings. Okay, what's going on here? Speed up the wire feed, or let me slow it down a bit. See if that makes a difference. Now on the Lincoln Idealarc SP-100, we're at 4.5 for the voltage, and the wire speed is between H and I. So let's see what happens here. We got the stop and start, so stop and starts. The spool cleaned up a bit. Let's pause it again. I'll get another piece of workpiece here. Okay, these are 1/8 inch. Same settings. Okay, a little lumpy. Okay. Now, let me take the camera out of the tripod. And that's what we got. I think a little cold, I think. Maybe I wasn't moving fast enough, I don't know. And that's the first time I used 2575 on this welder. Now let me show you the hack for this thing. This comes, where is it? With this cheesy little plastic thing, right? So what happens? It's going to spiral out of control. I just know it. I put a spring on this. This you get at Lowe's. I forget if it's metric or not. And you run it down before you cut the threads off. You run it down so it's almost all the way down, and then you measure how much you got to cut off so it's not binding, and then you cut off. Then you cut off that much thread, so it won't bind. It'll hit against the stop. But before I was running it without this spring. So what I did just now I recovered the bird's nest is not as bad now. But you put the spring on there. That gives the spool a little resistance. I probably got too much spring on it. And you just compress the spring and run this down. You don't have to run it all the way down. Just run it down just to keep tension on the spool. Because what happens with this thing is when the spool tries to unwind, this thing tightens up, and then you get the feed stops. So there's that. So okay, that was the first time I ran this thing with the argon CO2. So there's that. So again, it's the Idealarc SP-100. I'm surprised it didn't trip the breaker that time, but I had it plugged into the workbench outlet, so that's a little more amperage. But not too bad. I actually think my flux core welds were better because I had gone through. Yeah, my settings are off here. I mean, it's cleaner weld, but it's all roped up. It's like caulk. So there's that. All right. I think I'm going to do a little stick welding tonight.